Hey, and welcome to Turo Fitness Podcast, a podcast for people who want to get no BS information about fitness and know that fitness is about so much more than losing scale weight. It's about feeling confident in your skin and empowered in your life. I'm your host, Turo Virta, personal trainer, strength and nutrition coach, and most of all, a husband of my beautiful wife, Miriam. Each week, my guests and me will give you some no BS fitness tips and motivate you to take action in your own personal fitness journey as we talk about nutrition, exercise, mindset, personal development, and executing in life with enjoyable but still effective strategies. If your goal is to look better, feel and be strong and experience transformation from inside out, you, my friend, are in the right place. Thank you for jumping in, and now let's jump into today's episode. Hey, and welcome to this weekly training. Today I'm talking originally about how to deal with social events, holidays, eating out without losing your progress. So quick backstory how I came up with this idea, as it's one of the most common questions I get from my clients, from my followers in my social media, that that it was my birthday and I was eating a cake, that is it okay, or if I went over my board, and or I was in vacation for a week and gained a lot of weight, what should I do about it? And these are kind of things what I'm personally struggling also, and how I always recommend, I need sometimes a reminder for myself also. For example, tomorrow when I'm recording this, I'm going, my best friends, childhood friends, are coming here to Italy, and we are going for boys weekend for weekend, so from Friday till Monday, and it's going to be three days just having fun, enjoying ourselves, and celebrating actually our 40th birthday. It's 1 year late, but to all kind of problems when you don't set time and weekend early enough, we couldn't make it earlier. But it's going to be weekend when I'm not going to pay attention anything about my fitness. Most likely there will be a lot of alcoholic beverages, and eating won't be as it's normal. And this all, meanwhile, I'm started 2 weeks ago my fat loss phase, and have been very, very consistent, have made actually amazing progress. I'm really, really happy how I feel, how everything, like what all kind of measurements, how things are going first 2 weeks. And this now thinking, like usually it would go, that I was thinking, like many people are thinking when they are starting their is it now right time, because there is that vacation or birthday is coming up, and if it's making sense to get started, or is it better to wait and start after? And this is a best example that I knew this before, and it was to be honest, I was thinking it also, that is it the right time to do it? But then if I think it, I'm originally thinking to do it like for 5 weeks, most likely, that my fat loss phase. And if from those, let's say it's a 5 weeks, so 35 days, and let's say that 3 days I'm going totally out of track, and there are still 32 days left. And if I would say like that, what is a good ratio to enjoy life, make progress? What is enough? Let's say that you are 80, 90%. If you are 90% consistent, that's amazing. That's for sure you will make results. But if you are 80%, you are going to get pretty good results. So from, let's say that I'm 35 days, 3 days, it's not even 10%. So I would get still over 90. And if I'm to be honest, first 14 days, maybe there were like 1 to 2 days, they were not as good as possible. Now I'm going to have 3 days where I'm not going to be even close to my goals or what I'm thinking that how the progress should be. So then let's say it's 5 days from first 17, but there are still another 17, 18 days left. So it means just that when you are those 3 days, when they are past, whatever happens, I'm going to get back on track and act like nothing happened. And because those the worst things are that you are like, because it's very maybe some of you, like at least I have talked with many of my clients who have this, like that before going to holiday, they don't allow themselves to eat for example, eating for days and think that now if you don't eat for a day or 2 days before, then you can eat. You are kind of earning to eat more when you are on vacation, when that weekend is coming, and same thing after that, you are kind of feeling guilt. And then for that reason, you are either using exercise or you are just simply not eating to get back on track and kind of punishing yourself that what happened. And this is that something, some kind of behavior where I try to get out and help you to get out of it and provide you actually strategies how to actually do make progress within these times. And because it's if you think it like that, calories or progress, it doesn't count for birthdays, it doesn't count for holidays. Those times, those days, they are made to make memories, to have something to enjoy life, and not only thinking about your progress or losing progress, making progress. Because there are not many days. I don't know if you are on holiday like every second day or every second week, then maybe you should have a different strategy. But if it's like for most people, it's occasionally going weekend off, having a good time, or going for 1 to 2 times in a year for vacation for a week. And having, usually most of the people have just the one birthday, at least if it's their own, and then maybe some friends or family members, other birthdays coming. But those days, if you think that what you will remember after is that how much fun, if you think 10 years back, like go 10 years back, what happened, like I'm 40, if I think that what was when I was in 30, I don't remember if I was doing my workouts, if I was hitting my calorie or protein goal or eating healthy. Instead, I remember those days and times when I enjoyed myself, had a good time. And this is all what life is in the end all about. And and the progress you are making outside of those, what you are doing from Monday to Friday, if you do get your workouts done enough, often enough, how your daily nutrition, what kind of breakfast, what kind of lunch, what kind of dinners you are eating. And these are that cornerstone what will make everything about your progress. So then if you think like how then to, like, if you don't want to lose progress, or you want to enjoy, but at the same time not go like overboard, or like kind of improve in those social events and in holidays. So here are some best advices what I used to always give for my clients, and I try to use myself also. But it's not always easy to use. Even if I think I consider myself that I probably know what I should be doing, but I'm still not doing it always. But these are just consistent reminders what you should be doing. So if you think like in social events, for example, like that, usually what I used to do before, and I was thinking that it kind of makes sense, because I was thinking that if I don't eat, like let's say that you are going out for dinner late at night, and it's a Friday night, and you think that that you are probably there's going to be food choices are not going to be the optimal, and you are going to eat maybe a little bit more than usually, and then you kind of make this logic that if you don't eat anything a whole day before, or eat very little before going to event, so then you are okay with everything, all calories, and that you are okay to eat a little bit more. And this I used to be thinking this way also. But what usually happened is that when you are starving, you show up with a big hunger in some social event. What is happening is not that you are going to enjoy or eating more. You are just eating even more of that, those foods, what that are probably not the best ones, what you should be eating. So instead, what I actually started to use, right, like it's a little bit controversial, but I hope this explanation makes you sense that it's something that you never show up with a hungry there in social event. So you eat something before, and making sure that earlier on that day when you go to that social event that you have had lot of protein. So protein, fiber, say like some fruits, proteins. What I used to do for myself, like obviously my daily habits, I'm going to get 50 grams of protein every single day for my breakfast. So it's a 25 grams from Greek yogurt, 250 grams of Greek yogurt. Then I have a scoop natural protein powder, which is just a pure protein and nothing else in addition for my breakfast smoothie. This is my way how I build my day when I start my day, and then I usually have some kind of snack. It's usually some cottage cheese, tuna, or some other protein what I have at home. And these are like already before lunch, I'm having 70 grams of protein at least. And these are, I do every single day. And if I would go out somewhere eating, like when I'm having a lot of protein before, I'm not that hungry. And the same thing for you. If you had earlier in the day a lot of protein, so you are kind of already feeling full. So you are not there going like, at least for me, it happens if I go out somewhere where I see like that there's so many delicious foods and you want to kind of try everything. And then when I'm starving, it's not that I'm trying to use some mindful eating strategies and eat slowly. It's going to be basically as fast as possible and eat until you are like probably at some point recognizing that, wow, now it was way too much. So, but when you are already kind of feeling full, then amounts you are going to eat are probably going to be less. And this is other strategy, what I use just right before is just to have an apple or some piece of fruit, or it could be some protein also. But let's say 30 minutes before you go for dinner, before you go for some social event where you know that food and drinks are going to be a lot. So these are all helping that you are not actually starving, feeling hungry when you go there. So you are probably not going to eat everything and eating a bit less, what you know that it's not going to be optimal. And in the end of the day, you have eaten everything you wanted, but just a little bit less, because it doesn't make any more huge difference if you eat all 5 desserts, or if you just have maybe even all 5, but just a little bit less of each, or just the one, and enjoying that, because it's not going to change that whole thing. So then next thing, if you are there like in some social event, it's staying hydrated. So that's to make sure that you drink a lot of water during the meal, before meal, glass of water, during like what I try to that having kind of slowing things down as much as possible, having a sip of water, basically almost after every mouthful. It's not obviously going to happen every time, but just an idea, and it makes you feel so much fuller. But also, I want you to don't think that you can't have something. If you can have everything you want, especially if you are on vacation, because those situations, they don't happen very often. They are not. You are not every time, like we said. If you are in some new country, new place, you have foods available what you don't get at home. You want to taste and enjoy life and everything. And this is actually what I love to do also when I'm traveling. I want to try different things what I don't get at home. But the only thing what you really have to remember is that to eat as slow as you can. And those kind of mindful eating, like strategies that trying to having conversation, taking not your plate so full that there is no space, that if you are still hungry, go to get one more, but not that because I used to do that mistake a lot, or I still do, but maybe a little bit less now. And that, when you go to, if there's some, for example, some buffet, and you are kind of like, wow, this is good, then you are taking everything a little bit, and then your plate is looking like that. You gotta look other people, if they are seeing how big, how much food you have in your plate. So just take a little bit, go to eat it. And then if you still feel, then get some more if you want more, but not eat kind of what we used to say in Finland, that don't eat with your eyes. Just take a bit less what you originally think, and then see how things are going, and just slowing things down. And this is then some other thing, like especially for social events, like because it's very tempting when people are kind of trying to give you some food, like they are offering that, oh, come on, try this. Why you want more? And then there is more, and just be polite and say that what I love to say, that it's you don't have to say that, yeah, thank you. It's not they don't take it bad if you are polite. Say that they thank you, but maybe later, or not right now. That you still have to. You are not sure if you are still hungry. People will understand, and you don't have to feel sorry that you said no. It's just using words like that, maybe later or not right now. So it's making kind of the person who is offering you food not that it was too harsh or anything. So just be polite, and they turn it down. You don't have to take everything and just do it because somebody's asking you. And other things is like especially if it's kind of buffeting, or even if you go to restaurants out, look a little bit on the menu, what is available, and make best out of it. Because if you don't have all access or all if you don't, you can't impact everything what you are going to eat. So this is something what I, for example, if I go out to eat, like I don't go too often, but every weekend we go Sundays on hikes, and there is always some good restaurant where we go to eat, and I always take what I want, but I'm starting to look like that. I'm making a little bit smarter choices now. Like earlier, I would take it would be right away like that. I want a burger. If there would be burger available with French fries, that would be my option. Or if there is a pizza would be the right option, and or right away my option. But now I'm looking like that. Okay, what is there? What will be like? How my thought process is going like that? What is if there is some protein on that food? So if it's going to be meat, if there is some fish, or what is there? Like, is there some salad? Am I having some vegetables there? Is there some side vegetables possible to take? So those are first things what I look, and then later, then rest is then making like that. What is the best possible? What is available, and then going with that, and not taking right away what you just think that it's just a thought process what you are going through, and making best possible choices. And it's whatever you decide, then you are happy with that decision what you made. So that's everything. Because it was a good example from this is when I was in Mongolia with my friends. We were eating in a restaurant, and they had a menu there, and for some reason, first we were like I think we had we went out, we had a couple of beers last night, and then both like not feeling really great. And when you have a little bit hangover, you don't crave some vegetables. It's those tasty calorie dense foods. And then we saw that they were making pizza there, and my body was right away that I'm going for pizza. And I was that, okay, I go also for pizza, but let's look what pizza they have. And then I was looking, I saw that menu, and they were writing actually calories, how many calories each meal had. And then I saw that pizza, 1,200 calories. I was like that, holy shit, I'm not going to go for pizza. And then I saw there was some pasta or something. And thought that, okay, this is, I think it was a carbonara pasta or something. It's not the most healthiest one, but was like, I don't know, 600 calories or something. And I was thinking that, okay, this is also something what at this moment I can live with, I can eat, I feel good about it. And it's 600 calories less. And I was looking like that. I was just thinking that how the pizza can be 1,200 calories. And then when I saw it, like, it was totally different, like what we are used to here in Italy, what kind of pizzas you have. Like it was a huge, like a probably double size pizza than in Italy. And I think there was like I could swim there in that fat, what was there on top of that pizza. And I was looking like that, oh my God, that I'm so happy that I didn't order that pizza, because that what picture was in my head, how pizza should look like and taste like, that this was like a nowhere near of that. And obviously those calories, if you make a pizza with 1,002 or 1,000, I don't know, maybe it was even 1,400 calories, but but huge amount of calories in one pizza. And I was like that, okay, I'm not going to need it. So then when it comes to next tip, what I used to always tell is that in which order you are eating, like pay attention like that. I always try to think like that, what is making me fullest with less calories. So usually I eat always my salad first. So this is the like kind of how to make yourself fuller without less calories. So less calories as possible. So if something is, I can't eat everything, so it's not going to be salad what I can't finish. So I make sure that I eat salad first, and then I have already vegetables are in my stomach. Then next one usually I go salad vegetables obviously first, and then next one is my protein source. So if I have maybe some steak or fish or whatever after salad, I'm going to go for my protein source. I don't need it all, but at least a big part of it, and thinking like that protein source is first, and then this order makes it also easier. So it's just an idea that if you can't finish everything, you're not leaving your vegetables behind because you are already full, but then it's going to be something what you don't need so much, and that is kind of tip what helps with that order which foods you are eating. But it doesn't make too big difference. More it's those tips what I said before. And then the last, what is probably the hardest one, is that the alcoholic or beverages, what you are going to drink. So caloric beverages, first of all, if you are having some Coke or soda, look if you have possibility to have some diet soda or low calorie option for that. And then another one is those alcoholic beverages. So it depends on situation, but usually what is the best thing is to have a kind of plan before that, how many you are going to have. If it's going to be 2 glasses of wine, if it's going to be 3 or 4, but whatever number you decide, but make that plan and stick with that, because it's so tempting. I don't know how it's going to go for myself. I have to be honest with my boys weekend this weekend, because I know those guys, and like especially we used to go, like obviously now we are 25 years older than we were like on 50s or 18 or 20, so it was totally different, but we had a lot of good time, and now obviously things have changed, and probably it's not going to be the same how it was. But if you think like those situations, what you have if you have that kind of plan, that it's going to be okay, today it's going to be 2, and that's it. And then if there is, because it's in, especially in those social events, then there is always somebody that, yeah, let's have one more or last round or whatever, and that's so hard to say that no thank you. But usually in those kind of things, or if you decide to not have everything at all, it's a very like alcohol is not it's going to ruin your sleep. It's your heartbeat is going to be like maybe 10 higher. If I track my sleep, I see it every night when I don't even need to have, it's maybe 3 drinks, and my heartbeat is 10 beats higher than usually. And if I had 1 or 2, then it's maybe 5 beats higher. But if it's something more, it's that quality, you are middle of the night waking up, quality, you are never rested in the morning if you have alcohol before. So it's really about making that decision, that what is it really worth of it to have it. Like sometimes I believe that it's you kind of need it. It's for socializing, enjoying life, but it's if you use it like every day, daily, 1 or 2 even small amounts, it's making actually a lot more harm than good for most people. Like I know that some people are using it to relieve stress or some other emotions, but there are so many better ways to do it. But that's a topic for different podcast. And for what I wanted to say, that for alcohol, it's more like like trying to be really careful with that. And what I told to some of my clients, like I think Lara was best example, was when we worked together. Like she had it was kind of after every work day she went out to have a drinks with the friends. Sometimes it was one, sometimes two, sometimes three, and sometimes more. But it was like kind of habit, which was like several times a week. And then like obviously her sleep was bad, not making too much progress. And then we made a challenge for her. I said that because let's try for 30 days. 30 days without alcohol. And then after those 30 days, if you still want to drink and want to go back where you were, go for it. But 30 days be without, and then you will see how you are going to feel, what is going to happen. And then she was actually 30 days without, and she was like first time started to sleep was getting better, stress was less, feeling a lot more energized, and actually finally made some huge progress. So, and then she said that she will be a lot more careful, like not going to say that she will never drink, but not going back where she was. And these kind of challenges, if you do 30-day challenge without alcohol, this is, if you can't do it, like then you have a serious problem. So these kind of things, they are helping, like to see how things are affecting, how you are going to feel if you are able to stick with that. And because that is just that most people don't want to do it because they don't think that they have a problem. But that's going to be a life changer if you try to be without. And those are kind of things like if you are in a social situation that somebody's offering you all the time, you know that there are guys or your friends are always coming that why you don't drink, are you boring or something. But if you are telling like that, those are usually what people respect pretty well. If you say that I do 30-day challenge without alcohol, and said, okay, no problem. Or other things like that, what we use that you have to take some medication that you can't drink, or like obviously for those people, it's kind of same thing. For women who is pregnant and telling that, sorry, I'm pregnant, I can't drink. It's, oh, no problem. It's not, nobody's coming to you to say that, come on, have one more. If you have, it's end of discussion. So I think it's just the ways how to say politely no, or using kind of things that, what it makes it easier to say that your friends are going to accept what kind of excuse because if you say just that, I don't feel like drinking. It's, I know many people don't respect that, then they are pushing even more, and it's even harder to say no for things. So other thing is, and then what ultimately about those holidays and social events, whatever happens, because life happens, you will go or way over, you will have sometimes some better times, sometimes it's going to be a hell lot of good time, and you go way over with everything. And when it happens, don't overthink it, or don't feel sorry about it. You don't need to punish yourself or restrict next day. Just get back on track. If you don't, like what I'm going to do, and this is my example and the best example, that don't start to restrict or feel guilty after that, because it will lead to that same cycle, repeating that same cycle, guilt cycle over and over again. So get back on track, eat your regular breakfast, eat your lunch. If you feel really bad about it, then go for a walk or eat a bit less, but don't start to skip meals or do something like what is really not very smart. So make sure you get your protein in, your healthy meals, and because that is all what matters, is that because everybody will go overboard, and having those not perfect days, and the only thing what matters is that how fast how you are reacting, how you are responding, and how fast you are getting back on track. And for other things, if you are for vacation still, what I have used for some people like that with the purpose, like if you have, especially if you have been losing a lot of weight, and you kind of feel a little bit tired of that whole diet thing, why go with the purpose? Take a diet break. It could be a week. It could be 2 weeks. And with diet break, I don't mean that you don't, you can eat whatever you want for a week, but just with the purpose. Like, let's say that if you have been counting your calories, that your calorie goal is, let's say, that 2000, and your maintenance should be 25, with purpose, raising those calories to 25, and like even you don't count them accurately, but with purposefully eating more and not even trying kind of to make progress or something, so that, okay, this is the period, like I'm taking a week or 2 weeks or a month, would be even longer for that maintenance period, and trying just to maintain my current weight, and not making any progress, feeling just having a good energy, making progress in workouts. And these are like how I love to include. And then it's on your maintenance or diet break periods that they are on when you are on holidays and vacation season. So these were for social events, holidays, eating out. And if you are in a situation that you are going for a holiday, you have a birthday, you have a social event coming up, enjoy it. Don't feel guilty, and get back on track as soon as possible. So thank you for listening, and talk to you soon.
Hold up, friend. Do you love Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast? If so, the best way to say thank you is to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. I know every podcaster wants you to leave a review, but it's because those reviews help the podcast to reach more people. I truly want to know what you think, and if this particular episode resonated with you, would you also please share it? Either send a link to someone who you think will find it valuable, or take a screenshot and post it into your social media and tell your friends and family why they should listen it. Make sure you tag me so I can hear your feedback and give you a little love. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram or TikTok, that's the perfect time to hit that follow button. Thank you for being here and listening to Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast.